we're live. What's good, stream? What's good, chat? This is Slays. This is Music Mondays, episode 34. I hope you're all well. This week we have a really exciting and special episode. The last few weeks in Music Mondays, I was discussing having a special guest come aboard the show, and finally the timing has aligned where we finally have a guest for Music Mondays episode 34. And it's a very, very, very special friend of mine. He's an underground creative that I've worked with for many years, almost since the start of my own underground inception. Um, yeah, man. Without further ado, let me welcome my good friend and homie, Archbishop Eddy. Eddy, welcome.
You're so good at doing that. I'm as giddy as a schoolgirl to be here.
Yo,
Shit.
I thought about it for like a second. I was like, shit. But yeah, welcome.
Hello. It's good to be here. Hello, stream. I see there's 3 of you. That's really fucking dope.
Yep, we're
That's
just
so
hanging
fucking
out.
cool.
We're just hanging out.
You just at the click of a button, you just get 3 fucking sacks of flesh that are like, you know what I'm gonna fill my brain with right now? Zomb.
They said, "Oh shit, Zomb's on. Let's go."
For real, bro. That's so fucking crazy. See, this is what I love about just like budding creatives is especially because like when you're friends and it's like because a huge part about being an artist and shit is so many things that hold up, what am I trying to say? Bottom line is it's transactional. A lot of things are
No, of course.
transactional, and that can be very burdensome to like forging actually human like relationships. So it's really cool, like regardless of like how successful like a group of people can be, um, when you're all kind of like at the same like level in the same kind of lane, and you get to see things grow organically, and you can just be a part of it. I really like that. I think it's fucking cool because it's like you had like 400 fucking subs or whatever, 400 plus, and to like a lot of people, or like if you're like successful in streaming, it's like, oh, that's like small fish. But it's like me, I got like what, a sub, and it's like, and I don't even feel like I need that.
Right,
It's
right.
like I don't work nearly as fucking hard as you.
Right,
Fucking
yeah.
you work your ass off. I've like seen you solely just through notification bars on my phone. Work your fucking ass off. So that's very cool.
Yeah.
It's like
Honestly, bro, like even shit like yesterday, like the 12-hour charity stream, bro, like that shit is just it just comes naturally now because after a certain point, I just started to like not wanna play anything or do anything that could have been streamed. Like if I wasn't streaming, it felt weird, you know?
yeah, exactly. And I'm trying to get into that headspace because that's what I've like lost so much of recently, with just all the shit that's been going on. Is like I don't have the headspace to be like, okay, time to like, because you of all people like know better. Like we used to stay up to like 3 a.m. just playing fucking Minecraft. Like,
Yep.
and like on one hand, it's like, yeah, it's kind of good that I was able to now like be productive and efficient with my time, that now I don't really have like a lot of opportunities to do that. But at the same time, I'm like aching because it's like, fuck, I crave a time where my mind was that one track.
Right.
Not even like it was that long ago, but it's like I just want to get back on that because like, oh shit, I think Katie's just like, give me 1 second.
Oh yeah, of course. Do your thing. Eddy will be right back. Stream. Let me update you on the most recent events of Music Mondays. Episode
Sorry about that.
33. No, yeah, you're good, Eddy. Do your thing.
Oh, sorry. Do you mind if I mute myself real quick?
Yeah. Mute up. You're good.
Okay.
Um,
Memento.
Episode 33 is live on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, go check that out. Music Mondays is still grinding and working towards a better future, as I always say. Our behind the scenes staff is always updating me on the progress of our website, because our website this time around is going to be something really organic, and it's coming from like a super back burner. It's coming from real hard work, you know? So, like I said, the launch point is still this month for our new website, where we'll be posting all our articles and interviews and et cetera, et cetera. And I think that's about it, man. To be honest, like I'm just focused on getting this podcast to a point where I can start collaborating with other people like Eddy, and start really having like a decent show. You know what I mean? So this is the first step into a better future for Music Mondays. And me and Eddy are in for a long show tonight. So it should be relatively fun for sure. Absolutely. But while we wait for Eddy to come back, submissions for this week are postponed till episode 35, so I'll be collecting submissions again tomorrow and be combining them with the submissions that would be on this week's show. So we'll have sort of a longer submission episode for next week, but this week I'd figured that I would treat you guys with a collab podcast episode here. So
I'm back.
That's what we're into. So Eddy has arrived again. Eddy, I just got finished updating the stream on What's Good with Music Mondays. Episode 33 is out now.
I heard the tail end of that.
Yeah. Everybody knows what's up. But I
Nice.
actually forgot my monster downstairs. So before I
shit,
go
can
and
I take over?
yeah, I was about to say before
Can I take over instead of you having to pause the stream?
before I go fucking grab that, Eddy, why don't you tell everybody about yourself and who you are in the underground, and tell them a little bit about the Dope Chapel and what the Dope Chapel is, and actually tell them how we've collabed actually before in the past and how we're going to collab again in the future.
Fuck, okay, that's a shit. I always used to think about spewing that info when I was like in the shower, and now that it's come to it, shit, man, I don't know. I really ain't shit. I'm Eddy, and I did shit. So I've known Zomb for like a fucking minute now because we first started off with UBC as writers, and then that grew into what it did. And then a little bit after joining UBC, I joined 29, which is also a kind of like what's it called? Not like Love Child. Love Child's bad. Brainchild. Yeah. So like, yeah, part Brainchild of Zomb as long as along with UBC. I'm just like the video dude. I do a lot of video stuff. I went to school for video. Video guy.
That's it.
Did you get your monster?
I did indeed. This is the
Nice,
Dope
nice.
Chapel. So, what's going on with Dope Chapel, Eddy? Where are you at with your project?
Shit, I'm so glad you mentioned that. Oh yeah, so I did the video stuff, and then UVC ended, and then I stopped writing altogether because life got busy, and then COVID hit, and then that set me back even more. And so I'm like, I'll start a podcast because I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Right.
And so I started that last year, and you were on it several times. And then I don't know, shit kind of got crazy, so I really haven't done anything with it. I barely just got back to using my PC, to be honest. Like, I would text you and like I was on Discord and shit, and I'd let you know like, yeah, it's been like X months since I've touched my PC, and from that conversation till about 2 months ago, which was a fat fucking gap of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I barely like got a desk and got all set up. But yeah, so on that note, with my setup, I got like my fucking camera going, and I got like a nice little like studio space. I just want I don't know. I just need to wait till I get a little more money coming in so I can really deck out my little corner of the living room with like art, or maybe the dog's trying to eat a pen. Yeah, I'm just trying to get like art and shit and get like better lighting so I can really make it like because I'm all about like punk rock type doing shit like DIY. Like the best things you have to make projects are just what you have available.
Of course.
But at the same time, everyone goes into doing shit like this with that attitude, and I'm kind of like, I don't want to just get like washed up. I want to put like my best foot forward because it's like, okay, if I'm spending money for good shit and I'm fucking putting time and effort into this, without any other sort of passion projects on the upswing, I can like take it seriously and start fucking doing it. But at the same time, that's really hard to do, because it's like I am like so fucking busy trying to settle into the new job and shit.
Right.
So it's like I finally get home and it's like, well, it's too dark for me to film because I only have like the tungsten lights in the living room, which are ugly. And it's like I don't want to spend money on lights, and it's like I could get all like scheduling too. Scheduling is also really fucking hard. Like
Well,
like money should aside, like the freest part is just like getting people on, and I have a real hard time just like trying to schedule people within like
yeah.
my time frames because it's like I'm a real on the whim type of guy. Sorry, these dogs are fucking playing underneath me. Yeah, like so shit's always just like coming up, and it's like I never have a good like. I wish I was the type of person that breaks down their day like hour by hour, but like I can't do that because
Yeah.
sometimes things that I think would take an hour, they take like 20 minutes. The things I think take like 20 minutes take like fucking 4 hours. And
I
so it's like I'm
think
always really bad at
yeah.
planning out like increments of time for my day, and that gets in the
No.
way with like scheduling. It gets in the way with like trying to record solo ups. So it's like it's coming up. It's like on the upswing. It's like the rebirth of the fucking pod because now I'm trying to bring it to YouTube, and
Mm.
because I have like the fucking video portion now. And I'm also just like it's my motivation to like get back into like After Effects and learn that 3D shit and just like tinker a little.
Right, right,
Oh
right.
Jesus Christ! Sorry, I'm
Like
gonna mute myself. I'm listening to you. Just I don't want the dogs to start going fucking
no,
crazy.
no, you're good. You're good. I think one thing that's really interesting about that is the baby steps, right? I think baby steps are a huge part of that. And when you struggle with like finding a steady job, which leads you to have a steady income, which leads you to do the things that you really want to do, like I don't know, it's all it's all perspective, right? Because like you got to make time for what you like really want to make time for, and like you can't make time for everything, and you also got to take care of yourself. So a lot of that stuff's really important, you know? Like I think I think at the end of the day, as long as you're making like an active effort to like never let that sort of attitude and dream go away, I think that's a huge big deal, you know? Like as long as you're not letting that shit die out, I think that's what's important, to be honest.
Yeah, bro. And that's like really fucking hard too, because it's like part of me is like, damn, is this the part where like I'm growing up and like the shit is like actually dying out, or is it like do I have to take a step back and kind of like live in the space I do where I am just like being lazy and just like playing
Mm.
games and watching TV and shit instead of like it's, like sometimes it's hard to just like live in that and like just like feel like you earned the kind of that period of time because it's like fuck well because I'm doing this I'm not making shit and when my default has always been make shit when I have the privilege of time
Right.
it's like it's a weird adjustment and that's another big thing fucking too it's like it really is ah fuck it's like it's really easy to see like a bunch of artists and like I, I don't want to like single out musicians because I get that the puppy's pissing. The puppy's pissing. Sorry, you can hear the choppers. uh, um, sorry.
What are
The
you
little
saying?
white pea boy got me distracted. What was I saying? Oh, it's just like time. Like it's a fucking privilege. Like you see,
Uh,
you see people. At least this is how it is in my perception. Just because the medium I work with, even though it's so closely related to music, there are like little um what's the word I'm looking for? Nuances and little like intricacies within that medium where it's like, yeah, like time is a big privilege that you need in your tool belt in order to get proficient at what you're doing. Whereas your contemporaries that aren't dealing in video shit and aren't dealing in stuff like that,
yeah,
like
see,
they
okay.
have.
Let me stop you right there because like I
Mhm.
think I think that's a really interesting point. I think that's a really interesting point because not a lot of people do what you do and are
Yeah, and that's why I really like
involved
it, like because I
with
never.
videography, you know?
Yeah, that's what I like having. That's why I like having music friends is because more often than not they'll have platforms or something, or like even within social media to just be like, "Yo, like I have this friend and he does this," and by law of numbers, if I just keep doing this shit, hopefully more people will be like, "Damn, well, that's kind of tight. Like I want to do that." Because so often you see fucking the inverse where it's like, yeah, you're a photographer and a videographer, and oh, now you make music full time, which is dope. Like I fuck with that, but I don't know. Part of me is still like very purist about like the the thing that calls you, you know?
Mm.
It's like, yeah, like even myself, like I think it'd be cool to rap. I think it'd be cool to start doing, like hardcore shit and start doing that. But I wouldn't let that ever like overshadow the thing that I've like cemented myself with doing. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
see, like
Like
that's no, absolutely, because like sort of, I remember a question you asked me, like, what if like you blew up as like a Twitch streamer or something like that? Like, I wouldn't like let that sort of take over from like what I know about music and music business. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of gotta, I guess put them in order. You know, and I think putting them in order is, mm, it can be hard at times, but it's
yeah, no,
definitely.
it's really fucking hard, especially like I said, it's like because a lot of people don't pay attention. Everyone's like, yeah, like we're all musicians or we're all painters, we're all XYZ, and it's like we have this collective and we all go through the same struggles. And it's like, yeah, that's also true. And not that like, oh shit, actually no, that's not the way I want to start that because that sounds real bitchy. Basically, what I'm trying to gnaw away at though is like, okay, so you're me, you make videos, right?
Right,
And
right.
videos are cool as fuck. Like you know how to make a film, you know how to write a film, you know how to write a story, you know how to visually story tell, and because and and you learn some shit that they don't teach you in school, which is like cool music video editing, cool visual editing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like you pick up on some shit. So you start using that as a way as you're in to start collaborating. And so you start doing that. And then you see other people in your lane. You're like, oh fuck, they can edit, they can make cool shit, but they do it better. So like, okay, cool, let me learn some shit that'll make me better. So you learn that shit and you get real good at that. And then along the way, in my case, you start seeing like, oh, okay, so you're really making progress. You're making real good progress in the craft that you feel like um, you excel in. And then out of the woodwork, like as you're starting to get good at stuff, you're also starting to get less and less time to get good at that stuff. So while at a certain period in time you were the god at one fucking thing that you knew you put time and effort into, um, the more time that got taken away from that allowed other people in your lane as a videographer to do 3D shit, cool
Right.
fucking 3D renderings, like video game shit, like shit that's fucking crazy, like cool, all this other shit. And you're like, damn, well, I want to learn that. And then other people around you start taking the steps to do that, but they do it shitty. And you're like, oh, okay, like that's really dope. Like I'm glad that I could see how this works in like rudimentary form. But then all that rudimentary shit starts becoming the standard. People are flocking to shit where it's like, cool, you could do this type of stuff after a little bit tutorial watching and whatever.
Mm.
And you're me, and you're like, fuck. Well, if I'm gonna start doing this shit that everyone else is doing, you know, I want to take more than the 20 minutes to watch that fucking video that makes rudimentary shit. Like I want to get good at it. Like I don't want to ever um, start to develop a new trade or a new skill or a new whatever, what have you, just because there's several people doing it. You know what I
Right.
mean? Even
Right.
though if I think it's cool, even if I am buying into it, I want to now do it the correct way. So you have that mindset, and as things go on you start seeing like, oh, it's not just video stuff that's kind of rudimentary and mediocre. It's now the music videos, the fucking
The
visualizers,
artists
the
themselves.
artists, and yeah, and that devolves into and then you're me and you just feel like shit because you're like, well, fuck, dude, like I really want to try. And then you
Yeah.
feel like you get swept up, and and it all fucking boils down to, it's like I don't have the privilege of like having X amount of time the same way everyone else did around you. And because I didn't have that moment of time in this moment, because I didn't have an excess 14 hours in the fucking week of September, whatever, like that was what seemed like where everyone started popping off and doing cool shit.
The week of
So
September.
yeah,
Okay, no. Let me stop you right there because you make a very valid point, and I do agree with you. I do agree with you. I think one of the first 5 episodes of Music Mondays that I ever recorded, I talked about like quality quantity and the concept of making good quality shit in sort of ample amount of time, right? Because it sort of goes hand in hand with like, even if you get really good at something, it takes more time to pump out content if you're even better at it, because it takes more time to make that A1 content. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta find that fine line of like being able to uh pump out decent, well made content in a fast quality manner, you know?
Exactly. And that's something I'm like learning to like not accept. Like I've always known that. I've known that off rip. Like if you want to fucking get good and you want to start doing something, you just gotta do a lot of it. You gotta do it fast.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when like that self-esteem shit hits. It's like, okay, well I can do stuff in a decent amount of time and I can make something really good. And like with to put it in like even fuck man, the puppy just jumped up on me again. He's oh shit. Sorry, 1 second. I hear the door locking. Yes, ma'am. Oh,
I grabbed the wrong key.
sorry. 1 moment. Sorry. This fucking
Technical
1 second.
difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Your flight will resume. No, but yeah, like at the end of the day, like I think you kind of got to set yourself at a pace where it's just you're confident that you're pushing yourself and like not patting yourself on the back for doing shit that you know you can do. You know what I mean? Cuz like that's one quote that I saw that really like kind of fucking changed my perspective on a lot of things was like if you're patting yourself on the back for things that you know you can do, like are you even really like fucking progressing? Like it's really on how bad you want the shit, you know what I mean? And
exactly. And I caught what you were saying. It's like do you pat yourself on the back fucking for doing shit you know you do? And
right.
that exactly is like that is where the mentality starts. Where it's like, okay, I only have X amount of 20-minute blocks of free time in any given week.
Right.
And it's like I could either make 20 minutes doing the same shit I know I can do, and just see if that sticks, and or it's like I could fucking take the time to take those moments and it's like make one really dope thing that people probably won't see in like a fucking year from now, and people are probably gonna forget me, or even if they cared. But it's like, but in a year I'll have fucking something that I know deep down like I didn't fucking what's it called, cut corners on.
Yeah, 100%.
And
Like
it's like and that's so fucking hard, just like existential. Oh fuck, this sounds see, sometimes art can be so dramatic the way it affects your real life, but then you recount it for people to hear, and you're like, "Shut up, dude!
yeah, shut up,
Fucking,
bitch.
shut up, bitch! Fucking cut wood, bitch!"
No.
Nah,
Well,
but yeah,
where were you going
that's
with
just
that?
so
Like,
funny.
what do you
Yeah,
mean?
no, but yeah. So it's like, okay, yeah, that's like where it existentially gets challenging, because you are predisposed. We've talked about this like millions of times. Fucking, but I love that you always understand where I'm getting at, because
Like
it's heady. It's
I
heady
find
shit.
you
But
though,
yeah,
I
it's
find you like as a creative though, like I've always found you like regardless because I do understand you. I always found you to be the creative that always still gets up and fucking tries, like regardless of like the
that's
amount of like shit you go through or like fucking awkward time spans, how many times you've taken breaks and fallen off and done this and done that, like you always get back up and fucking try, and I think that's a really important testament to everyone else. Like you talk about a lot of these motherfuckers that picked up this or picked up that or don't do this or don't do that. A lot of these motherfuckers, bro, haven't been through the trials and tribulations that you have and
exactly.
seen the wave that you
And in
have, you
their
know?
and in their defense, yeah, they probably have what it takes. That's probably why they are in the position they are at.
I
But
don't know. I don't know. That's kind of a hot
no,
take.
like definitely, yeah,
That's
that
kind of a
is.
hot
But
take.
to be a person that is in support of anything that is not the norm, you feel
Mm.
me? Like despite politics, despite all that shit, to be a person that tries is to be a person that like recognizes like the glitz and glamour of like the societal norm. Like that's not it.
Yeah.
Like say for instance those people that blow up then are just shit fucking piss baby trash. Like you could like, if I sat down with one of them, I have to give them the benefit of the doubt that if I go, hey, are you like, do you fucking care? Like, are you trying? Part of them would have to at least think about it and be like, well, yeah, like, I don't go to sleep at fucking 4 a.m. so I could go to the studio the next day at fucking midnight and record for 20 fucking minutes, make some shitty song, and fucking have a hit. You know? So it's like,
Like
I
I
don't
think
doubt
I
that
think
everyone has their
I don't know.
what's it called?
Like
Has their confidence that they are trying.
yeah,
But
yeah, no. I definitely feel that. I feel that, bro. But like, I feel like motherfuckers let that shit like discourage them, bro. Like people let a lot of that shit like discourage them. Like it even
yeah,
discouraged
exactly.
me
Yeah,
like a lot. Like it discouraged
yeah,
me.
exactly.
But like
That's where
I
that
knew,
existential shit comes in. Yeah.
like I knew though, bro. Like I knew that like even when like I got dropped, I got this, I got that. Like anybody who was talking down on Zom Slays, anyone who was fucking doing anything with Zom Slays, like that's what I was taught. Like, bro, I'd go on Twitter and talk my shit. Like, let's match resumes because you can't fucking match your resume to what I have. You cannot simply fucking match it. So anybody who was like trying to do some fucking fuck shit like that or like seemingly be in a better position than I was in, I had to remember in the back of my head, these motherfuckers have nothing to show for it at
And the shit
all.
that's so fucking stupid too, what's so infuriating too, and again, it adds to being an artist and how it affects your like mere existence, is the fact that all of this is done like fucking digitally. It's done on a website that was coded to be like not, what's it called? Not super efficient for like any sort of communication. It allows this echo chamber of like what algorithms like. So it's like, even if you were to try and be like mature, like say like you do fucking have beef, you want to match resumes, you want to, you know, compare accolades, you want to do this, you want to tell the truth or what you perceive to be the truth. No matter what the fuck happens, there will be a congregation of just the dumbest people alive that will be like, oh shit, well no, you're right, you know, the fucking meme is right, the fucking this ratio tweet is more attention getting than the facts. This fucking, and it's just mind numbing shit, bro. And
Yeah,
it's like,
but like
that's
that's like shit I deal with here on Twitch though. You know what I mean?
mm,
Like Twitch
well,
motherfuckers will do that same shit. Like hunt ratio plus your
yeah,
fucking this and plus your that. Like
exactly, and
brother,
it's so
like
fucking
I don't
dumb.
like no, but like see like that doesn't get to me because like I've been through IRL shit and I touch grass and like I go outside. Like these motherfuckers, bro, like are different, bro. Like they grew up on a computer. We're not their generation. We don't need to understand them, and they don't need to understand us unless they want to. You know what I mean? Like anybody who's not trying to like be on the same wavelength that I'm on, like if I even sniff that you're not understanding where I'm getting, bro, I'm taking my bags and I'm out, bro. Like I'm not wasting my
Exactly,
time
yeah,
on that bullshit.
and
Like
that,
bro, that'd be a day somebody
exactly.
responds to me with a ratio when I'm trying like perfect example the other day. Perfect fucking example. I quoted a tweet from some fucking like edgy fucking hyperpop nerd who was talking shit on like 9/11, saying some like weird fucking edgy shit, and I was like, bro, believe me, I watched like fucking 400 documentaries when I was like 15 talking about fucking jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams. Like I get it, but like there's a thing called respect. Like you don't just hop on the internet and start disrespecting motherfuckers. Like you're different.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And
And
it's like,
then
it's like
but
you
but
could think what
but
you want.
but
Go on.
what was their fucking reply to me? What was their reply to me? Can you guess? Was it
What was
anything
their
of worth of just
no?
intelligence at all? No, it was not. It
I
was
guarantee
not
it
even
wasn't.
fucking relevant to the conversation. And that's where I was just like, look at this. Like these are your homies. Like this is the type of shit that goes down. Like look at it and laugh. And that's literally what it should be. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to, cuz they never have any clapbacks for that. Like they never have any clapbacks for that. Like at all. Like they never
Yeah,
do.
no, it's yeah, and like regardless how like, because you said you're like, yeah, you see that shit and you laugh it off. Like same here. Like don't get it twisted. I you could say whatever you want on the internet, and I will probably not let it affect me more than like 5 minutes. But long term, when you're exposed to that shit all the time, you know, as we both have been, it's like it's like
Yeah.
it gets exhausting. Not in
Like
like like a physical way. But
I feel like people
shit,
seeked it
the
out
puppy.
after a certain point, though. Like, I feel like people like were seeking it out. Like, okay, like let's make let's like meme the hyperpop kids. Like, but after a certain point, like let's stop like looking at that shit. Like, mute them motherfuckers. Like block them. Like, bro, like I don't want to see that horse shit, bro. Like, I feel like after a
exactly.
certain
But
point,
but my
people
thing
were
is that
seeking it. You know?
my biggest point though with that is like not the fact that we have our feelings about seeing it and all that. It's the fact that it merely exists. It's the fact that this platform that
I mean,
and any platform really, that digital platforms are what we use to bolster ourselves up as artists and whoever, like fucking businesses, fucking not even non-creative people. The fact that it all lives here
yeah, but
in the
like
shit that we use
it's
daily,
it's
it sucks that it's like
I
exhausting.
don't
You
know,
know, like
bro.
I said,
Like they're like when people say that shit though, like when people say that shit, it sounds like the people who try to say like don't monetize art and all this other shit and like don't art's not all about money and blah blah blah. Brother, we do not live in the 17th century where we can just go and paint in the middle of a fucking field and not have to worry about putting on the lights at the end of the night. Like, bro, if you got bills and you have a talent, you use the talent to pay the bills. End of story. And like I think people like don't know where that line is when it comes to art because yeah, it's unfortunate that the gremlins live in the same space that we have to share our art, but at the end of the day, like what else do we have? Like ain't nobody's gonna go to no art convention, nobody's gonna go to no record store, nobody buys CDs no more, nobody does none of that anymore. Like nobody even buys DVDs.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Well, I
that's
buy
the thing.
DVDs.
Well, I
This
do
is
too.
another
I
big
do
thing too.
too. But
Yeah,
all that shit's coming back and yada yada yada. That's another conversation. But still, like you know what I mean. Like a lot of shit is just like us as artists have just like it's just how the world was, and art just kind of molded itself around how it already was going. You know what I mean? Like the world was gonna go
no,
this way
yeah.
anyways, and music and
And don't get
art
it
just
twisted.
kind of
It's not
like
like
had
yeah.
to insert
It's not
itself
like I
somewhere.
didn't. It's not like I didn't know this going. It's not like this was some big fucking finding. Like I've been known this. Like I wouldn't have paid tuition and
Yeah.
like learned the shit I did if I didn't like know that going into it. And it's not like I'm even saying anything like really insightful. But I don't know. I
Not
just think it's healthy to
like I feel you though
it's
because
just
you've
health.
always had that like dislike for it anyway, so I know what you mean, you know, like you were never a person for it anyway. Like not that it's just a fucking great place to be, but you've never really had a particular liking for it anyways, and a lot of artists don't like I don't know,
And I
like
think that's a testament to like
eh.
the type of character I would like people to strive to be. Not that like let me rephrase that.
But like they don't want to put in the
The
work.
fact
They don't want to put in the work.
yeah.
They are lazy. All those people are
It's like
lazy. Every single
it's
one of
like
them.
taking everything me and you have just talked about, right?
Mm.
And or mostly everything that I talked about because that's what I'm gonna. Anyways, so you hear all the shit that I bitch about and all the things that I like just let affect my mental and like
Yeah.
my train of thoughts where it goes, and you hear all that, and I'm letting you know, and you're going, well, yeah, like that's just that's just how the fuck it is. Despite all that, I am still here having this conversation with you about art. And it's like there's
Right.
so many fucking people that probably like
Don't even do that. They don't even do that. They don't even do that.
the people that the people that tune out
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
and like I think that whole
That care about it through its essence, of course,
through that
absolutely.
because
Hell yeah.
throughout my hateful spiteful disposition about how I feel about the internet, how I
Yeah.
feel about social media, how I feel about like to the most minute things, regardless how the fuck I feel about any of that shit, and regardless how it can on a realistic level affect my mood and like affect how I feel about myself and how I feel about the future, I'm still at the end of the day doing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And because it's fucking like that's how badly I fucking want this shit. This puppy's tearing up a magazine behind me,
No, you're fine.
and
You're fine.
I'm
Like
still trying to get this point across because
no,
that's how bad like that's what this shit's about. Shit, he's really
absolutely,
tearing shit up behind me.
absolutely. No, like listen. When you're really like sort of entrenched in this shit, and you see nothing but like
No, he called my
people
reaper hog
fucking
notes.
you see people just getting on through nothing. You see people fucking hold on, this fucking guy. You alright over there?
it out. Get it out.
No wonder why this guy can't get any fucking work done.
Okay, well, I have a fun story for you.
Did you
had any,
fucking hear what I said?
I did not.
Dude, I was like, no wonder why this guy can't get any fucking work done. Holy shit, that's funny as shit. No, but bro,
No,
you're good,
oh
you're
God,
good, you're good.
no,
That's funny as fuck.
100%. No, it's so fucking true, bro. No. So you could go about your day, right? We do all the same shit, and you tell your friends, "Oh, hey, by the way, I got a puppy." Your friends who are puppyless, they go home and they go, "Oh, dope, he got a puppy." He's like, "Are we doing puppy shit with it?"
Eddie never makes another piece of content ever.
Bro, for real, like the simplest thing, like the most simple of things, like sitting down at a fucking desk uninterrupted for an hour and a half. Like that's non-existent. That doesn't fucking happen.
Oh,
like I can't get through. And
That's why, ladies and gentlemen, let me just cut you off and say this. Be grateful if you have a place to do these things at. If you have a peaceful studio, if you have a peaceful desk, if you have a peaceful place to sleep at night. You got all that shit.
Time,
yeah, bro, you got,
for an hour and a half.
you know, just gotta be grateful, man. Gotta be grateful.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I have a story for you because this can segue out of the fucking very existential. But if you had any more thoughts,
no, I do because I think I reach a lot of these points with a lot of the artists that I talk to, a lot of the people that I've talked to over time, and it does wear on their mental. And I don't know if I'm just some sort of sick freak and sort of like just take that shit and like fucking throw it over my shoulder and crumple it up because I don't know how I've taken the hits that I've taken and sort of just left and deleted everything. Like, I had every opportunity to just never fucking use this shit ever again from the way that people have tried to clown me, drop me, act like I've never done a shit for them, never give me my credit, never fucking do a thing for me, bro. Like, just like, let me do all the fucking work. Like, there was a lot of that, like, and if anybody could have been discouraged about that because there was that, and then it was like the IRL shit, which everybody else deals with. You know what I mean? So like we all know, dude, you're just trying to give up after all that. You know what I mean? Never mind on fucking just art. So I think it comes a point where like you have to be very hungry for it, but you have to be maneuvering around these things that are taking away that fucking energy too. Like
keep going. Give me just 1 second. I'm listening now.
You're good. Like I just think you gotta like really figure out a way that like you're still able to post your content. You're still able to browse the internet without being triggered by things. Like I stay away from a lot of things because I'm just like I'm not trying to fucking look at that. Like I know what fucking like pisses me off or does this or does that. Like I don't fucking fuck with that. Like and that's what you'll see a lot of people saying like they'll say some controversial shit and they'll be like, oh, well, don't look at it. And in reality, it's fucking true. Like, don't fucking look at it. Like, period. Like, if you're that affected by it, don't look at it. Well, if it's some shit that affects me, I won't fucking look at it. Plain and simple. Black the fuck out. I will not look at it. Like, I'll be like, nope, muted, blocked, fucking deleted. And if it pisses me off that much, you'll see me quoting it for sure. Or adding the person, whatever. You'll see me talking about it. But like if it doesn't, bro, you're getting muted and blocked for sure.
No, for real. And that's exactly what I'm like. I'm trying to wean myself kind of
into that.
Back from that. Not because I feel like I've been like overcompensating. I got real good at that like a while ago.
Yeah.
Like, but it's to the point where it's like I've allowed my threshold to also get super, super low. So it's like, even though I'm going into like, okay, I'm going to scroll through some stuff, and the second I see something I don't like, it's done for the day. I'll do that. But then it's to the point where it's like, okay, let's try that again. And so I'm doing that like 3 or 4 times a day. And then there was a certain point where I'm doing that so often, it's like, well, I'm not even going to check this shit now because it's just a pattern. So now it's like, I'm in the dark. I'm always just like constantly, I'll like scroll and I'll check stuff, but I'm never like, I'm not paying attention. I'm like not really trying to Yeah,
Like,
I've like gone dark in the past couple months, and that's also like weighing on my mental too, because it's like, dude, my whole fucking life for so long was like centered around being on the internet and like making friends on the internet and like texting girls on the internet and fucking this is how I find new games. This is how I find people to play with. This is how I found information, fucking recipes. I watched videos. I found new games and now it's like I don't even do really any of that. I listen to a podcast and I fucking I watch my actual television. Uh, and then so part of me is like, damn, this is really nice because like I'm not inundating my brain with social media all the time. But then it's like, damn, well, what if I lost that touch that like I had with the fucking
yeah,
the
no,
internet?
and to be quite frank with you, that's exactly what will happen. Like that's
Yeah, it's peaks and valleys.
like that's exactly what will happen. And at the end of the day, though, bro, like I found that like regardless of like me being on social media or me being off of social media, like it's kind of my responsibility to not be so hurt and pissed off
Exactly.
about all these random things. And like there comes a certain point where you're like,
Exactly.
is it social media or is it fucking me? Like, am I fucking
No,
like,
exactly.
and like that's where you gotta look inside yourself and be like,
And
maybe I am a little fucked up, and be like, okay, like
and
I gotta
that's
heal some
and
shit
that's the
within me, like for real,
and that's the
because
biggest thing
I can't be getting triggered over
like
everything.
as of fucking this morning, I'm like dealing and figuring with the same shit because it's like this can also segue into the story I had to tell you with the puppy, but 2 points. Just saying, 2 points. 2 points I was gonna make. I was on my way to one. Oh, fuck. What was the last thing you said? I'm sorry.
Uh,
Fucking.
this podcast is sponsored by Fronto
The
Leaf,
thinking music.
the the best Fronto tobacco leaf on the planet.
Okay.
But
I had a greater point I was going to make despite where we got lost at.
no,
But
bro.
that point is that point was like fuck. Now I'm just losing everything. Okay, I got my story locked and loaded though, so
Like
ready for that whenever.
at the end of the day, though, like when it comes down to it, like I just think you gotta like be able to wanna work for it no matter what it is. Like, bro, if like I'm just at a point where like everything has happened to me. Like I've lost people that I've met over the internet. I've lost people I grew up with. I've gotten fucking beat up. I've gotten my ass beat. I've beat motherfuckers' ass. I've fucking bro, it has I've seen so many spectrums as to where like I'm in such a spot right now where like I know that like life is so fucking crazy that like if somebody's on the internet doing this or that or whatever, bro,
Yeah,
like I
exactly.
know
It's like
that they're
I
just
pay
as
no
fucked
mind.
up. Yeah, like they're just as
Yeah.
fucked up. Like you just like perceive yourself or trying to deal with whatever you're dealing with. And that's what people mean by like, oh yeah, like I'm praying for you, bro, because like it's for real. Like I'm praying for you because deep down, the way you're acting, you're some type of little gremlin too. Like I was once a little gremlin. You know what I mean? Like I get it. Like and that's the type of shit where I'm just like fuck you. Like I don't care. Like I don't fucking care. And then like conforming to the regularness of life, like brother, like motherfucker, like there's plenty of regular ass people that are successful doing like regular ass shit and still like do artistic things. Like it's all on how you want to work it. Like this world is your fucking canvas. Like there is no fucking rule book, guideline, anything for any of this shit. Like it doesn't fucking matter. Like people literally make Twitter
One
accounts
hundred
and
percent.
like
Like
blow up the next day. Like it doesn't
I w-
matter if you've been at it for whatever,
and
you
this
know?
is even more to a testament of like your discipline to this shit and how much deep down is this shit you or is this you chasing something external?
Right.
Because it's like I was very much like when I was a kid, I'm like, yeah, there's levels to everything. There's fucking step by step guides. This is like, there's like inherent truths to how to fucking shape your life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, so that started off with like, yeah, you fucking go to a good school, you fucking go to a good high school, fucking do shit in that high school that they offer, like the
Regular
fucking
ass
extracurriculars,
bullshit.
you do the fucking then you go to fucking college, and then you go to fucking college. You go to a really good college, and you meet really talented people, because only really talented people go to really fucking good colleges. And then you fucking leave that shit alone. And then you finish the college fucking shit, and then now you have a career, and now you're not going to work a 9 to 5 day in your life because you did all these steps to a T, and now you'll have no worries. Fast forward fucking several years later,
You're working in a fucking Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, like literally, like I got none of that.
Like
everything that I had anticipated and laid out for my life, the steps that I actually took, like it did not pan out.
Right.
And
100%.
I'm not like bitter about it. It's not like there's no like jealousy factor to it too. It's like that is how it works. That's how life works.
Facts.
And
like
despite all those expectations and shit getting blown the fuck up in my face, I am still, at the end of the day, part of me is like, I'm still going to, once I get this free time, continue to do what I know I like to do, and that's video shit. That's this podcast shit.
Yep. You'd be making content regardless of the internet because you like to do what you like to do. Like, that's the type of shit that, like, I think a lot of people get twisted. Like, a lot of the people who fell off within the last year, like, a lot of my, like, bro, there's some shit, I don't even know how we can segue into it, but we need to talk about a whole lot of shit. Like, I think we can talk about the climate of the underground is what we can start off with for sure.
We so can. Oh shit! I just almost dropped the fuck out of my phone, but there was a pillow right underneath it that saved it.
PogChamp.
It was a very messy fucking couple minutes. Yeah, bro, fucking fire off these topics. I mean, I got my shit to talk, and I've been like thinking like ahead of time to preemptively not go off the rails.
Yeah.
Because like there's shit I'm just definitely like just.
No, same. To be honest, you
like, and it's not gonna. It don't even gotta be long-winded or nothing. It's
no,
like, it's just truths.
We'll just let it fucking fly, bro. We're shooting from the hip right now, man. But
for sure,
like, I don't know. Do I think, because this is some shit I talk about on Music Mondays anyways, and I do talk about this a lot. You can literally go watch every episode for yourself. But the underground climate.
I know I got Chipotle coming to me because Katie went to go pick that
up. Oh, Chipotle, let's go.
She'll be re-entering the booth.
No, you're good. You're good. I just think that the underground environment and the climate is.
Bro, don't get me started.
I don't know. Like, let me lay all this out to you first, and then you can give me your thoughts after. Don't like think about thoughts yet because I won't be done for like a second, but.
Let's go.
As far as like the underground climate that we knew, is it alive? Absolutely not. That is
fucking distinction.
That is dead and gone.
And me knew.
Yeah, that is
specific. The very specific communities that we cultivated our respective things in.
Yep.
That we knew. That's gone. It's not fucking. Yeah,
that is as dead as a fucking ghost.
Yeah, it's gone. If you know what we're talking about, if you know what it is, then then you just know. If you don't, if you're like, well, the underground's not dead. Like, what about XYZ? They're still making music, and blah 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 is gonna blow up. And this, that is also 100% true. But what you also got to know is what's also true is that there was also a culture that me and Zomb were cultivated within.
Yeah.
That by and large, I would agree with is non-existent. Whether that's good or bad, who fucking cares? But it's true.
So, like, I don't know. The underground environment, right? The underground environment that we knew.
Yes.
Is it alive? No. Dead and gone. Absolutely not. Dead as a ghost. But cultivated is such a good word because, like, the culture was something that, I don't know about you, but I felt very ingrained in the culture. I felt like I made a difference in a lot of the decision making and a lot of, like, the direction that a lot of things were going. Not only in, like, because me and you both were involved in UVC, so in UVC and pretty much everywhere else, like, I'm pretty much fair in saying that we both had a good hand in the direction that a lot of things went.
here's my 2 cents about that I feel like will save me a lot of breathing room
Mm.
for contextualizing all of our future conversations. but but this will be helpful for, I think, both of us. So
Right.
here's the thing. Before we continue this conversation, here is an understanding of like who I think you are and who I think I am as far as what we do and what we did. So UVC starts, and yeah, it starts with UVC. Like
Yeah.
regardless of how
it does.
regardless of how anyone feels, it starts with UVC. So I joined UVC as a budding writer. I'm in film school. I think, okay, I can write, I can sharpen my skills, I can meet musicians, I can make music videos.
You were still in school.
Right?
Holy shit. Yeah.
I got a blueprint. I meet Zomb Slays, head writer of UVC, like manager dude. Like I will come to him with questions and direction. And then Christmas, December, fucking 2019, I think. I'm writing articles every week, maybe twice a week. I'm getting interviews with people that make cool music. I'm interviewing fucking Breadsword, a fucking cool vlogger. I'm getting full creative control to interview metal bands and comedians and fucking punk pop, emo rap, regular rap, drill, locals,
fire
fucking,
shit,
you know,
everything.
but everything that I want, anything that I would like, with little to no prejudice on my shoulders about what I'm submitting, what I'm writing about, what I'm saying, all that. And so and so follow that up. I go from writing with Zom, obviously, to things start getting in motion. So now I'm one of shit, maybe 6 videographers that then takes actual trips to UVC Chicago. And then I go to UVC Atlanta. And I'm there with my camera. And then I move out. Or then COVID hits. And so there's no shows. Nothing's really planned. I make some visuals for East festivals. I'm feeling included. I still got a hand in things.
Yep.
I think
I
still have a
think
hand
he
in
says,
things.
yeah.
At this point in time, maybe it's a little muddier. But so then that happens, and then
I'm
you're
dead.
so you're me. You get a job. You start moving out. Your time becomes a little more fucking, on borrowed time. So then you think, okay, I just got to get something real good ready. Just one project out and about. Then I'm back in. I have eyes and my peers' eyes on me. And then it just stops. Everyone leaves the group chat one day, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? And obviously, several individuals that are not me take lumps way worse than I ever have.
Not me.
But yeah, then it just fucking ends.
Yeah.
And then your Zom, who unfortunately has to fucking see an end much sooner. I mean, I could speak my piece on whatever, but I'm not trying to do that on the air because at the end of the day, I'm a neutral in party in all of this because at the end of the day, I want to do my thing. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But
exactly.
that being said, I'm like, we're people, we're flesh, and we're emotions, and we're human, and shit happens, and shit becomes unfortunate to various people. But when you're me and your homies with Zom Slays, you got to think shit fucking went downhill for you for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid to say that.
Yeah, it was really, at the time, I definitely took it, I don't want to say hard, but it was a pretty big pill to swallow because of how everything went down.
1 second.
It was all relatively immature bullshit. Like there's no finger pointing, there's no anything. Like, to be quite frank, like the whole thing should have never happened. Like the whole spiel should have never went down. I should have never have gotten dropped the way I got dropped. I should have never have gotten fingers pointed at me without saying my side.
Mm-hmm.
I should have never have gotten any of that,
And fuck, man. I said we were gonna keep this short form, but you bring up so many good things that I
Yeah,
don't get to talk to anyone about.
yeah, bro, because at
So,
the end of the day, bro, like this was like
oh,
we put in a
do you want
lot
me
of
to
work for
chill
this
right here?
shit. No, that's fine. Like we put in a lot of work for this shit, bro. Like we laid the foundations. Like you talked about your inception in UVC. Like it wasn't long before that where I was making my joining days. Like we were just there, and then like the time that you joined, we were like at our like most hardworking, arguably. Like we were fucking pumping out articles left and right. It was crazy. Like we're taking the underground to a point as a team where like not a lot of people will see it. They just won't. They just won't see it. And it was a shame how I got done in a way where it just felt like there was no seniority, there was no respect, and there was no anything. Like it would have been
That's
like understandable if everything was mutual, but like the way that event went down,
if there was a written pecking order, which there wasn't.
right,
It
right.
was always here. Here's the fucking thing that sucks from my perspective is like things seemingly like without any sort of attention to it, things started to slip
Yeah.
due to several parties that came in at the tail end of things. And for whatever reason, things worked out for those individuals that showed up a little later, right?
Yeah.
After the busy work was done,
Yep.
after the groundwork. So the foundation is laid, and people are seeing numbers happen, and people are like, oh,
Hmm.
wow, like maybe this is the fucking go-to guy, but he didn't make it, so maybe not him. And then yeah, then the pecking order gets muddied off of numbers and weird complexes
Yep.
and and compile that with a general overall staff like that's not putting in any effort uh because leadership at the time was just like fucking everything is it's hazy, it's not the greatest.
Yep.
So it's just like a lot of fucking wrongs happened, and a lot of people, including you and me, got bit in the ass, while very select parties were really able to just like elevate themselves in like a really fucking like it, not like a nightmare, because it's
Hmm.
not a nightmare for them, and it's not a nightmare for me, it's not that deep, but
Right. Yeah. Right.
it's like okay, like here's the thing. I shoot Midwest in 2019, and now I see his face everywhere. He has a check mark. He's on Spotify. Like he's a dude that I took pictures for, and he made those pictures his Abby for like several months. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, not even on some cloud shit, but it's like, bro, what the fuck? Like, how did that happen? Like, I saw you, like, I heard you talk about missing school. Now you're like everywhere. Like, you're a
Yeah. Oh
sensation.
yeah. Oh yeah.
You're a,
Yep.
which is like no fucking
By
hate
the way,
either.
he
Like,
still follows the Music Mondays Twitter. Shout out to Midwest.
shout out Midwest. I still got DMs of him wishing me happy birthday, and it's like, yeah, and it's like crazy because to be real, it's like now it's like, well, fuck, does Midwest, like, is he aware of the pull he now has, where it's like, okay, you have your select pool of friends you made on Twitter through the music shit, but now you have fans and you have messages and you have privileges that are now unlocked for you that your contemporaries probably don't have.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that weighs on the mental. But like it all boils down to, it's like, fuck, dude, like that all started because like
Of the work, brother, the work we
of the
put in.
shit that we did.
Facts. I
Yeah,
got like
that shit
four of
that we
those.
did.
Like, bro, literally at least four artists I can think of right now have gotten contacted from labels since their interviews with me and have blown up to proportions that they just, bro, you can read it for yourself that I predicted it all. Like it was
Exactly. And it's
just
like
this whole essence, and like nobody got fucked over more than one other because like you put in just as much work as I
exactly.
did, and you cared just as much as I
Exactly.
did, and it was a shame the ones who got the boot and like the ones who got really like tipped over with no like room to clean up was like the people who were like the work and like the essence of the brand, and it was really unfortunate, really
And the
unfortunate.
thing that sucks the most too is like, I mean, so from my end, like I fuck with UBC just solely because they gave me like
that's my shit. Like if there was no UVC, there's no me. I mean, granted, there's no UVC anymore, and there's still me. But it's like that's where like it was like the dojo. You feel me? Like that's where the fucking training went down. That's where the real fucking groundwork was laid. So in that regards, like part of me is like, you gotta fucking fuck, man. I lost my train of thought because I want to say indebted, but I'm not indebted to something that A, doesn't exist, and B, like
No,
because
like
you gotta show your fucking.
It's like I
so
don't know,
in
like
that
people can put it on for you, but like if you don't put that work in, which you did, like you don't get shit out of it. Like you have shit to show for it. Like half those motherfuckers that got to reap the benefits of what UBC was didn't have shit to show for it, and I sat in fucking calls and exactly, and still don't, and I sat in calls and listened to them talk about how they want to write about people they don't really care about, or do this about someone they don't really care about for fucking clout points. It's all for fucking, after a certain point. It just like that's the shit I can't stand, is because like you have to back to the like
that's what I was gonna say
like
initially,
what we were talking
like,
about earlier in the show was like you can like want to monetize your shit all you want, but you don't have to be so disrespectful to it. You know,
and
like
that's what I was trying to say. Like initially, is like, so obviously like respect to them because that's where shit starts. But the most unfortunate thing is like mentioning like Midwest and shit is like, I do fuck with Midwest, but the tragic thing is the culture that UBC cultivated outside of our hands, outside of like all that stuff that made it cool, like it got watered down. Like
right.
the culture was granted, the culture that we knew, that we were used to, that was the current default for like 2016 through 2019 Twitter, whatever the fuck have you, that had its faults, but seeing what it turned into with like the fucking 100 gex hyperpop fucking meme ratio bullshit, it's like it's so bad. It's so bad, and I just don't see. I never really did understand like why it's so fucking popular, but then I start to realize more and more. It's like, oh, this is just a whole other community. Like this is not me anymore. This is not anything I like. And part of me, do I? And yeah, that just felt most prominent when it's like fucking, So I made that doc about Malik, right? And I fucking get told like motherfuckers didn't even want to put that up originally. And it's like, damn, well, that fucking sucks. But hey, I got it up and it got eyes, maybe from the UBC brand, maybe not, but it got eyes. And it gave me the excuse to make this doc in the first place. So people know me. I got collaboration points, but it's still like, yeah, that's just like the shittiness of it all, is like it just became something different. And even though like in spirit I was there, like in fucking taking Discord meetings and being in the management group chat and seeing all that shit unfold, and I was like a fly on the wall. And even still, as like for being there since the start to lasting to the very end, and yet I still have zero idea like what the fuck really happened between a select group of like, I don't know, 6 people that like became management.
Kind of scary when you think about it.
It's like, yeah, like what the fuck? It's like, but like, I don't really care at this point.
No, because
exactly,
like what I was gonna say,
like adventures.
Exactly, like sort of. I kind of knew this back in fucking January, because that happened to me in September of 2020. So when January rolled around, I kind of was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, I'm not just gonna not do anything. Like, what am I, like, I'm not a bitch. So I started Music Mondays, and it led me here, and it was a crazy ass fucking ride, dude. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like it was like, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be here. So that's the one thing I can take away from that. That's really good. And at the end of the day, like, do I credit, like, I don't know, like, I can't sit and credit anybody with anything, because they're the same people who try to take it away from me and act like that, like I wasn't shit. You know what I mean? Like, there were times where like that brand would have been a fucking ghost town if I wasn't around. Like, there were times where people came in and got seniority over people who've been there for years because they threw a check at shit. Like, there were a lot of fucked up scenarios that, like, nobody wants to talk about that, like, led that brand down the fucking shitter. But at the end of the day, it led us to stand up on our own feet and be creatives that we were supposed to be, not giving all the effort to somebody or something that could take it away also. Like, that's the thing that I and really just like wanted to do with Music Mondays was to just not do that. Like, keep things the way it was supposed to be. Like, people can write about whatever the fuck they want to write about. It's not gonna have to be pre-approved. Like all that shit, bro. There's just gonna be a
That's really
fucking
funny.
yeah, like fucking
Yo, I hate.
yeah, like
I
a
hate that so
fucking bro.
It,
It's
that
just
was
gonna
never
be a
that was
template,
never an official
you know?
thing. But that was such a thing.
Yo, yeah, for sure,
Pre-approval towards the end, bro. Why do
for
you think I never
sure.
wrote shit? Yeah,
Like fucking at
I
Music
don't want to
Mondays.
fucking.
No, but it definitely led me to the right path. You know what I mean? Because like I made the right
Yeah,
choice in that. So
and it's interesting how that works out because it's like, you know how I said it, like it's really easy to take like these small things and be like, oh, like that doesn't fucking matter. But then like as those really insignificant things kind of affect kind of bigger things you attempt to do in your daily life, it's like,
yep,
yeah, this becomes kind of. So that's interesting because it's like you now have like feel like this newfound path, and you know you feel empowered, I assume, because of it. It's like, fuck yeah, I would too. Like, fucking you do me dirty and now I'm gonna fucking reamp and fucking retool
right,
in the same fucking space that I helped make. Like, yeah,
right,
that's fucking
exactly,
dope.
and like do it
But
the
I
right way.
but now,
Definitely,
exactly.
definitely.
But like, but me, I'm like I'm so the opposite because I'm now trying to retool to like different ways of like creating. So it's like my default space has always been like, yeah, I'm gonna, like write and I'm gonna blog, and through that I'm gonna network, and through that I'm gonna find ways to collaborate. And along the way, I'm gonna freelance a little bit, you know. But now it's like because I got this new job where I edit, it's like and my fucking other editor friend who's like real like business savvy, and it's like shit that I've even like learned from you. It's like, oh, dude, it's like I gotta step away from like this rap fucking Twitter shit, this fucking like
Yeah,
movement type shit. And it's like I now gotta think like, damn, I now make things for a living. Everything that I've done for the past year, where it's like I get some bread here and there, but I'm like, I'm all about it for like the fucking for building shit, man. Like
passion project.
I've seen how building shit gets people, and it
Places.
hasn't benefited me. It gave me the discipline They gave me the discipline I need. Sorry, Katie's chasing the puppy around like Scooby Doo. It's very funny. But yeah, like that shit, like because it was a passion project, because I still lived at home, because I was going to school, and because it did connect me with fucking interesting people I can now call to now with my own endeavors. It's like, yeah, for that, that's fucking dope. But other
Absolutely.
than that, like I wouldn't.
Other than
I'll
that,
probably
piss on
never.
it. Fuck them. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
But
other than that, other than that, I'll probably never do that shit again or
oh,
interact with
no
that
doubt
space.
about that shit. No doubt about
Because
that
I'm
shit.
finding out like this goes back to what's like, damn, I kind of feel old and fucking worn out because it's like
Yeah.
I don't make friends on the internet as much as I used to. It's like, well, now I got to do like real human adult shit. Like I got to start, or not that I got to. I don't have to fucking do anything. But in
Yeah,
my
I don't
mind,
gotta fucking do shit. Yeah.
the way I see it in my head is
Yeah,
like the little creator fucking dude in me is like, okay, this is the juncture
yeah.
of your life. You're in your 20s, you're finally getting money. You got to go out now. Like you used to be able to supplement your phone for real life seamlessly because you made friends and you spent real money and you met these people, and that was cool. That was an experience. Now you have to do that times like 5 because you're no longer just a kid on Twitter trying to make shit anymore. You're trying to get fucking paid. You're trying to build actual fucking bridges that will elevate you,
Right.
because when you thought you were in a position to elevate you in the past, you didn't get paid shit. You saw a bunch of your contemporaries start to get paid for shit that you wish you were doing, but it was for shit that was like a fraction of the way cool. Like like shit you would never once were interested in became the norm, and that's what fucking paid your friends. That's what paid your fucking homies in the group chat. quote unquote homies.
Yeah,
And,
quote
like,
unquote homies used very loosely
that-
there.
and that shit starts, that shit starts to fucking hurt. But it's like now it's like I'm over that. It's like now I gotta learn to like now I'm gotta go to shows. I have to make actual friends with my actual locals and hope and start doing shit like that, which I haven't ever done.
Right.
Like I gotta start putting time in, which is now gonna like who knows if I'll even be able to accomplish that. But like that's the plan. And on top of that too, like that coincides with like because I want to get this podcast shit going, it's like I gotta make friends with actual motherfuckers. Cause it's like if I'm gonna start getting this light set up and I'm gonna start investing in, another camera and a switcher and all this shit, it's like, well, I gotta vet people. It's like I
Look,
gotta
man,
have live
look,
guests.
look.
Like,
I
have
think,
live guests in my house. Can I
I
have,
think,
can I trust them around my kid?
yeah, no, I think you
And
have a
can I trust them
real,
around the dogs?
I think you have a
So it's like that
real,
transitional period.
yeah, bro. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I think you have a real good outlook on it, and I don't think you should be as worried as you are, even though I'm
I
not
worry
you.
about everything that changes.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
slightly.
no, but like when you say
Like
it
not
like
in like a
that,
deep way.
like being in the
It's like
field
deeper
that you're in,
that
though,
shit.
like saying it like that, being in the field that you're in, like I just think that it's just. I think you got it on lock, man. Like I don't think you need to be worried about anything. Like I think that's exactly what you need to be doing. I would advise anybody to be doing that. Like you don't need to be doing things that artists are doing. You're not an artist. You would like to be, but you're
Yeah.
not. So you know
You
what?
don't need to
No,
be shit. You don't
right,
need to be doing shit like you personally were doing.
right.
Like however many.
Right.
It's gonna
Absolutely.
suck. It's gonna feel like you're naked. Like it's gonna feel fucking weird. But it's like, take me
It's
for
gonna
example.
pay
I
off
fucking
though. Like it's gonna pay
I
off
went from
because
doing
you
I
know
went from
like
wearing very cool fucking visuals and shit for free, and I learned a bunch of cool shit. And now I don't do as cool shit, but for half the effort, I'm getting paid. But I get to
this.
come home and use that paycheck to do cool shit later. So
The reason I feel so
it's an
strongly,
adjustment.
absolutely, bro. I hate change. I fucking hate it. But like for me, like
Yeah.
the reason I feel so passionately and like I'm able to brush off this social media shit is because this is really what I do. You know what I mean? Like you don't got to do any of that.
Exactly,
Like
yeah,
I for real can
exactly.
build a fucking brand from nothing. Like I can build the shit from literally nothing. And
If the world ended, I'm gonna start fucking. I guess I should
yeah,
start fucking painting. I guess I should start writing encyclopedias and shit for what
that's
I
what
know.
I'm saying, bro. Fuck
Fucking might
that.
as well.
Like, so at the end of the day, like that's the shit I do. You know what I mean? So like it's totally cool if that's the shit that you don't need to do. Like I'm the guy you talk to if you're trying to fucking build your socials. You know what I mean? Where do I
And
go
I'm
with my
learning that fucking
business?
too,
You
bro.
know what I mean?
Bro,
Like where do I go with this? Where do I
before
go with that? What do you think I should do,
yeah,
Zom?
it's just yeah, and it's like small enlightening changes like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like because and it sounds so lame because it's like these are inherent truths that are so easy to see, but you got to kind of work through them personally and like share them to fully get it.
Yep.
Because it's like again, like you're a kid in school, you live at home, you join a community now of various, disparate people with different experiences than you, and you all do the same fucking thing. You write, and it's like a staff. You got like a team. You do the shit you need to for your team. But at the end of the day, there's no direct roles. No one's getting paid. No one's reporting to anybody. You're just doing shit when you get the time, right?
Right.
And now I'm learning like the way to really get shit working is you have your clear roles, you have your clear pecking order, you have your routines, you have like yeah, there's just more order, there's more
And yeah,
discipline,
absolutely. And like structure and like a
and
goal you
sometimes
want to do. Like
it's
that's
your
what I do
structure,
with
and
artists
sometimes
too.
it
Like
feels
that's
weird.
exactly
Yeah,
like people want to fucking do all this plays and all this other shit. Your artist doesn't even log on to motherfucking Twitter every day, bitch. Start there. Get them fucking right, bro. Get these people on fucking a track with a structure in their life and how to fucking do the things that they want to do. Give them a fucking template. And that's the type of
yeah,
shit
and
that I'm
and
into.
that's the,
You know what I mean? I'm
and
into
see,
that.
you
Because I can
know, and
see it. I can see it
personally,
clear as
I'm the
day.
shit that
People just don't.
hates that,
Right, exactly.
bro.
And that's why I'm
I
here, you know?
remember a very long time ago, you were like, yeah, bro. Every time I see a fucking app on my phone, like that icon is a dollar sign to me. Like, and I'm like, fuck, dude, that's so fucking real. Like, why can't I be like that? And now it's like, fuck, dude, I should really probably start being like that.
Yeah.
Because before it used to make me fucking cringe, you know? Before I'm like, fuck that. Like, yeah, whatever. You make money on apps. Like, that's cool. Like, that's fine. I'll figure it out.
Yo.
And now it's like, fuck, dude, I haven't figured it out. I should probably figure this out.
It's like, shit, maybe I should get
It's-
on fucking, you know, like, and like, the reality of it is not everybody wants to, but it's gonna be... It's just
Yeah.
a piece of the like, bro. Ain't nobody
lot-
want
a
to do a
lot of us
lot
don't
of
wanna do a
things.
lot of
Yeah,
things. Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
Like, I don't want to do a lot of shit, but motherfucker, you gotta. It's just what it is. Like,
if it's what you if it's what you want, you gotta.
yeah, bro, it's important. Like, you don't want to be like, bro, especially like, it's not just like, oh, because you gotta. Like, think of it this way: it's all a library of your shit. It's all a reference. If somebody says, yo, where can I look at your shit? 9 times out of, bro, fucking, you could pick 9 people out of the street. I bet you 7 of them use social media. They want to look at your shit. And what? Because you're just edgy and cool because you don't use the shit and you haven't updated your fucking Insta or Twitter since fucking 2009? Like, bro, that's on you then. When somebody wants to pay fucking X amount of, you know, dollar for X amount of work for whatever you do, that's gonna suck when you fucking haven't done shit for yourself because you don't want to. Like, that's like, and that's not even on you. That's so many artists that I talk about that on Music Mondays constantly. Fucking constantly. I'm telling these fucking artists, stop doing this, and they continue to do it. And I'm like, bro, nobody wants to just listen to Spotify. Nobody just wants to, like, bro, spread yourself far and wide and do everything. Like, do it all. Put your fucking foot everywhere, because at the end of the day, that's gonna be the way a random door opens. Like, it's like a lottery. Like, if you could fucking buy an unlimited amount of tickets, you would, because you're gonna have an unlimited amount of fucking chances. That's what you're doing here. That's exactly what you're doing. And anything less
Exactly.
is
It's
like,
just do something.
yeah, anything less is like
anything, really.
depriving yourself as an artist. So any artist or creative out there that's listened this far, don't fucking do that shit. Get out there. And I hate it. Eddie hates it. But it's some shit that you
do
gotta
hate it.
do, you know? It's
You
some
gotta
shit
do
that you fucking gotta do, and it's important. And there's guys like me that'll help you do it so it's less fucking stressful. I have over 500 people muted on Twitter. That alone saves my timeline
it's
a whole lot of
important, too,
stress.
to realize, it's
A whole
important
lot.
for you to realize, like, sometimes the shit you hate, like, isn't even shit you do. It's not shit that you
Yeah,
gotta think about. The
right.
shit you hate is like, dude, if you gotta fucking wake up in the morning and do shit, and you gotta fucking, you know, you gotta eat and you gotta get water, you gotta
Mhm.
hydrate. Like, yeah, sometimes that fucking sucks.
You gotta
but you know what? You can't
shower.
fucking
Sometimes it's
yeah, you
6
gotta
a.m. You
shower.
ain't trying to hop in that bitch. Like,
Yeah. So I mean, granted, I'm not perfect. I don't do half the shit. But if you're a person that's like, you know, if you're
Yeah.
a person that's like, you know, defeatist, and you're like, well, I can't do this because I fucking work at Lowe's, and that's fucking stupid, and I'm just gonna fucking go to the bar and I'm gonna drink and I'm gonna chill
oh
and fucking,
god, oh
I'll
god, you
fucking
gotta keep those people away from you. You ever seen that Joe Rogan video on negativity and shit? Bro,
oh dude,
you
I've
gotta
frequented a
keep
Joe Rogan
tho-
video in my
oh,
past.
absolutely, bro. I know you're a
See, here's
fucking
my
avid
thing, though.
Joe
Here's my
Rogan
thing.
guy,
I
man.
fucking
Like,
as someone who's now dipped their fucking feet into that because that was all that was accessible to them. It's like, yeah, sometimes you're gonna hate yourself because you're gonna become that person, and you're gonna like it.
yeah,
But the real determination of are you cut out for doing that is like, can you step out of it once you get an opportunity to?
right.
And that's like, and you know, neither is good nor bad, whatever you decide, but it's like, do fucking something and stick to it.
Something,
Do
yes.
do anything. If you want to
Something.
be fucking, if you don't have the fucking time to go home and you can't paint, or you fucking study or some bullshit, and you do just go to the fucking bar and you just get fucking blitzed and listen to fucking, you know, Ed Sheeran, like, fucking, that's dope, but be that person.
That's dope. No, that's true. Like, just be that guy then. Like, you don't gotta act like something you're. Oh, that's fucking funny. Like, no, that's so true though. Like, just be that. Own that. You know, own that. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And I went to school with a kid that we
That's
were originally
fucking
in group
funny.
chats with, and he is that dude. Like we made friends like fucking like 2 weeks of our last semester before COVID hit, before we all stopped having classes with each other. So we were in the group chat trying to do shit, and he would never really pop out to any of, like, you know, us chilling or whatever, which was like fine, whatever. Like, people get busy, but like then he just like left the group chat one day, and now me and my friends are like still trying to, you know, do video shit, and man's over on Snapchat, just like always got like fucking kegers and shit. I'm like, you know
Oh,
what? That's fucking
God.
cool. At least he's not pretending to do video shit
Yeah,
no more.
yeah, facts. Like, at least he's doing his thing. Like, that's fine. You know, look, back to the whole, like, you gotta do it. Like, I was listening to, there's this really good COD podcast that a pro started when he retired this year, and it's really,
That
really
sounds like
good.
fun. What the fuck?
Yeah,
I didn't know that
and
existed.
it's fucking insane, and he's just blown up over the past like year or so. But regardless, one pro we had on there who's like a really good friend of his, they were talking about like playing eights, and like playing eights in Call of Duty is just like basically like scrimming, except not with your team. So like you just have a scrimmage and a bunch of pros fucking just bash heads in like over like 12 maps or some shit. And um he was talking about how like the top players like don't play, and it's just like of course they don't, because they're, you know, in the top, you know, 6 teams or whatever. Well, he was just like, oh, blah 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 blah, and then he was just like, all right, let me fucking reiterate. If you're fucking dropping .7 KDs and you're in the bottom of the fucking league, play the fucking game. It's not gonna fucking hurt you. And that's the same shit. Like, brother, if you're not getting plays, if you're not doing this, if you're not doing that, that's the same shit. Like, I see the same people complaining about nobody plays my music, nobody does this, nobody touches my content, no, no, da 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 da. That you,
You're already losing.
and exactly, and they're just, their content is just fucking non-existent, and I'm like, what are you doing then? Get your fucking content out there. Like, it's the same shit. Play the fucking game. Like that's what you need to be doing. Like
That's another fucking heady thing too. And
You
it's
know?
like, okay, so now you are this guy that wants, you know, you want fucking money, you want a paycheck for doing your shit. Your name is Zomb Slays, and you want to stream and fucking you want to, you know, do X, Y, and Z. There's gonna be some days where you're like, fuck, dude, like I'm doing the shit and I'm getting no fucking plays. No one listens to my music. No one watches me stream. Well, it's like, yeah,
Yep.
you're gonna fucking hate yourself and you don't want to do that, but
Yep.
you're gonna fucking have to because you gotta get the fuck through it. Like, bro, I don't like that. I mean, that's not true. I actually very much like the fucking documentary shit. It's like,
true.
yeah, dude, 2,000 people watch that shit. I don't give a fuck if that was one person 2,000 times or fucking however you want to divvy it up. Like, I could be a petty bitch and be like, fuck, dude, how come my fucking documentaries don't get, you know, 500K in 2 weeks? Or I could be like, damn, bro, that's kind of fucking sick.
Right. Absolutely.
One of those makes my day fucking better. You
Yep.
know?
Yep.
But if you're not as lucky as me to have that outlook, that's you gotta fucking work through it, you know?
Like, I streamed for a year consistently when we were all playing Warzone and shit. I didn't average more than fucking 3 viewers. I didn't even average 100
Exactly.
followers. And then the second I changed to fucking zombies, everything fucking changed. And we talk about that on past old ass Dope Chapel episodes. And then, like, it's just, it's ups and downs. Once you've seen like a high, there's gonna be another low. Like, you're gonna change games again. You're gonna want to do different shit, and motherfuckers ain't gonna fuck with you for certain shit. It's just how it goes, and that's life. And you're gonna learn that. You're gonna fucking learn that.
Yeah, whether it's like you don't want to fucking go to the gym and do like 10 push-ups,
Right.
you know, you're the same exact way you don't want to, you know, do that shit with your arms. You're gonna not want to do shit with like your brain and your self-esteem and your confidence, and you just gotta work through it.
Absolutely. And like, you have to work, and like, shout out to the fucking charity stream I did yesterday, bro. Like,
And like
that's,
mental work, you don't even have to open up
yeah.
a fucking. You don't have to open FL Studio. You don't have to fucking open up After Effects. You
Yep.
just gotta fucking exist and live as a person for a little bit, and then just bear in mind, like, hey, when this, whatever this episode is for however long it may be, whenever it ends, I'm gonna go back.
Yep.
But some people don't. Some people don't go back. Some people get caught up.
Yep. Amazing. Truly,
Anyways,
truly amazing points. So, Eddie,
so
fucking
the
take over. Tell me. Talk to me. What's going on?
Katie came home with Chipotle, so that was like fat fucking pog. The puppy tore up some notes I had because so here's the thing that's been fucking with me, right? So UVC ends, and it's like that gave me a conduit for all this video shit that I could do on the side.
Yep.
Excuse me. Now it's like I got wrapped up in work and fucking moving and shit, so now I'm just trying to find like little fucking nuggets of inspiration where I can make some shit.
Right.
And obviously, I don't really have the time to watch hella After Effects tutorials lately, so like that's not getting me anywhere. But objectively speaking, I don't really need to get anywhere with it because I've secured a day job just doing After Effects all fucking day.
Right.
So like I'm winning in that regard because I thought that would take way longer than it actually did.
Winning.
So I can cross that off my fucking list. You know, like I can pay rent editing videos.
Yep.
Like it's not the videos I would like to edit. It's not cool. You know, I can't get clout points with my fucking cool rapper friends and fashion designer fucking internet friends, but fucking whatever, it pays my bills. So
Fire. That's
you know,
fire.
one
All
of
you
those-
should be
one of those-
striving to
one of
fucking
those
be like Eddie.
transitions.
All you should be striving to be like this man right here. That's fire. That's fucking fire.
So, but yeah, so like I said, like time is kind of, you know, time's up in the air sometimes. But I'm working on so many like little things, you know, because I have like the podcast that I want to do, but you know, I don't schedule as many people as I should because
Right.
you know, life be moving. And I'm trying to like find like a good day where I can like fire off a few solo episodes without like distractions. I feel like I'm getting there. I'll probably do one of those in like a week or two.
Yeah.
So like big scheme of things, I'm able to drop before September ends, which is what I wanted to do initially. Start dropping shit at like the beginning of September, but you know, life happens. I don't really care.
Right.
It's my show, so
Right.
But,
It's my brand. I'll
yeah.
fucking do it.
yeah.
No, yeah, that's
Yeah,
true, bro.
fucking-
Like I think that's why it's good that our episode happened the way it happened. I wasn't really rushing it because like you don't want to force content like this because it's not good content and like
Exactly.
I
yeah,
feel
I don't wanna
like
force it.
yeah, that's what I mean. So like whenever you're ready, I was down. Like I'll clear my schedule before you can clear yours because mine's a lot easier to clear. Like and like my life's completely different than a lot of most people's lives or whatever. But like I just structured it in a way
Built
there.
different.
Yeah, like where there was structure at least, you know, like at least there was structure. Like even if I do wake up at 2 p.m., like there's still like things I do when I do wake up, regardless of the time, you know. Like
Mhm.
it doesn't even matter, you know.
Yeah, it's all part of that fucking pattern. It's part of
Yeah,
that journey, you know.
there's
You
like
swap
shit
that
you
out
gotta
for
do.
literally anything that you want to do. It's fucking the lumps. It's the
Yeah,
breaks, baby. But no, so yeah, I'm trying to dip my hand in just all these little things. So, uh, you'll get to hear this because I've already told Katie and Jaden and fucking one other person. But so I want to also start getting back into writing because like I've just lost that shit entirely. So my thing is, so okay, so we got the Dope Chapel. That's my podcast. Obviously, I'm trying to run that,
yep,
and then I'm gonna start trying to stream on Twitch and start doing that.
Yep.
Probably start vlogging too because I want to start vlogging shows and shit like
that
that.
shit's easy too. Like that shit's real easy. Like I feel like you'll like that because I feel like, bro, like that shit's so
I kind of
easy.
hate it it's because like it's so fucking corny, but I'm very much like live in moment type of guy, especially when it comes to like music shit.
Yeah,
Because here's the thing, because like as of late, like I like hardcore shows, I like heavy shit, I like rap shows, but I'll go to a rap show. Chances are I'm spending like decent money to go to a rap show, and I'm gonna get like hella fucking high and watch the show. Like I don't want to fuck with a camera and worry about having to get that in like a crowd and shit.
right.
And then I'm at a hardcore show. It's like, okay, I'm gonna bring the camera because you know it was cheap. It's a free fucking DIY punk kid show, but I want to mosh too.
Yeah,
So yeah.
which
So
you know,
and the
best of
thing
both
is too,
worlds.
when you're me, knowing everything you know about me, if I'm gonna vlog, I'm not gonna do that fucking. What the fuck is up, Dope Chapel? What's for your fucking boy Eddie here? We're going to a fucking hardcore show. I'm gonna fucking mosh. I brought Jaden with like I don't want to fucking do that shit. Like I want it to be like like life's a narrative, you know, and I want to capture that. Like I don't want cheap fast food if I'm going to vlog. I would like to vlog somewhat like artistically and
Yeah.
stylized, which as you know, fucking you could either have it fucking good and fast and not cheap or fucking cheap and good but not fast or you know, however the fuck you want to put that analogy, but it's like yeah, so I'm trying to get into that space, but inherently speaking, like doing that shit would, you know, probably dilute quality, and I'm not trying to do any of that.
I'm not
So,
trying to do any of that. Yeah.
yeah, so like vlog, so to speak, vlog-ish. I'm gonna try and do that, like not
Yeah,
no daily
no.
shit or whatever. But
That would still
fuck,
be
I
a
keep
vlog
losing
for
my point.
sure.
The piece de resistance is I was working on a little graphic novel type deal because my thing is I wanted to just start throwing up like little fiction bits on the timeline for whoever wants to read it, because that's the thing that sucks is like you can be a fucking producer or musician, you can put snippets up all day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a writer. I'm not gonna fucking
what am I gonna tease? Paragraphs and misspellings? Like that's fucking stupid.
Paragraphs.
Like
Hey, yo, this is
like,
dropping soon. Y'all
like
get ready.
because I'm not a musician, like I don't have a studio.
It
Like
could work.
I can't take trillers in the fucking studio. I don't got music to fucking dance to. Like I can't do any of that shit, you know? So I gotta think of little quick bite size. So
Right.
I was working on this like graphic novel, and it's about like supernatural. It's a Mexican punk band, but they're like supernatural cause
I feel like you
I don't
told
think
us about this, bro. I feel like this
did
is
I
an
tell you about
old ass
this?
story. Yeah, like you
Bro,
like you never told the show, but I feel like you told us this for sure.
yeah, because it's somewhat like a prototype of it. But I actually wrote it down like a week ago, and the fucking puppy ripped him up. He got into my notes and he ripped them up. That's what you
Bruh.
heard earlier, bro. It was whatever. But yeah, no.
Yeah,
So
whatever.
yeah, whatever. I got the notes in my head, so it doesn't really matter.
I remember what I was gonna do.
Nah.
God damn it.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna pay one of the homies to fucking do some of those sketches for me, but I'm like, nah, this isn't ready yet. If anything, I might wait, dish out extra fucking bread, get this shit legit.
Right.
Yeah, so I just had like fucking little thoughts of this punk band, and it's all like Mexican kids. But every time they play, like demons are like attracted to their music, and so they're like outcasted from like their underground community because it's like, why the fuck are we gonna keep inviting the motherfuckers where demons show up and fuck things up? So yeah, I got something like that going. I had a lot of fun thinking about that, just jotting shit down in my notes.
That could be
Yeah,
fire.
that's really all bro, that's really all I'm fucking doing is like if I find any sort of little thing I can just like write down and jot down. You know, I do little once I get gear and fucking confidence and like time and just get in the mood for it. Like yeah, I'll start doing little talking head bits because it takes no time out of my day to do. It's just a matter of like, am I motivated enough today to do that for like quick little fucking reps? Or do I just want to like be in like sleep mode for a while and then when I finally emerge, yeah, boom, I'm gonna bang out a fucking 2 hour long podcast episode with notes I've thoroughly thought about for the past year.
I
You feel me?
think that's really important, to be honest. Like
really is,
like
yeah.
dude, like it's so refreshing hearing your mindset on a lot of these things because like it sounds like such a struggle, but it's really not because like
Yeah, like it is, but it isn't. Like it is, but like you sign
yeah,
up for it.
it's
And
really
not even in like some weird fucking life changing way. It's just like one day, like you wake up for an hour and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then another hour goes by and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this, and then your life passes you by and you're like, fuck, I'm still doing this.
People make it
And that's neither
like way
people make it.
harder like than it needs to be. Like they make it
Oh, yeah,
so
they
much
definitely do.
harder. Like and you just kind of like laid it all out on the show today. Like sort
Yeah,
of
like you said, it's about perspective.
yeah, like it's about the little things here and there, little bits of creativity, and it keeps it whole as well. It keeps it whole, like it keeps the creativity whole. You're not fucking a shell of your fucking former creator self, you know?
And here's the and dude, and that's such a good way to put it because it's like back to the existential shit. It's like, so here's the thing. So me and my friends have been working on like making a production company, like post production for editing and shooting and stuff.
Right.
And I'm like, fucking dope. And see, my headspace coming from where we come from is like, okay, dope. Like we're gonna become the next, Overcast, fucking what have you, the next fucking mosh pit. And then it's like, well, no, that's your only exposure to production companies. And so when I hear my friends start talking about like fucking, they want to start with local businesses and they probably don't want to do music videos because there's no money in it. To me, it's like, oh, that kind of fucking sucks. But another part of me having to accept this is like, well, fuck, dude, if like they know how to make money, like through the shit they've already mentioned, and it's not as cool and it's not as fucking, it's not youthful. It's not the fucking shit that people on Twitter want to fuck with. But it's like, shit, dude, like that's an avenue for me where I could really do some damage.
Listen,
so it's like, yeah,
I
fucking,
think the number one thing you can take from anything like that is like, okay, I'll do this and I'll ride with this and I fuck with it, but like how can I apply this to myself and like maybe incorporate music or maybe do this or maybe do that. That's what's the key, you know?
And that's what I'm in it for in this long run.
Yeah,
like, that's the next
bro.
phase. It's like,
see,
yeah,
like,
so
I love that type of shit, bro. Like, you get it. Like you get
I'm
it.
a
like,
tinkerer, bro. That's really
you gotta
all
be a
it is.
sponge, bro.
I tinker in different scales,
Right.
Because at the end of the day, like here's the thing. like I don't know if I will ever be like famous or verified on any sort of social media for being like Archbishop Eddy, but like at the end of the day, like I don't know, I think it's cool to be me. I think it's cool that I can pay bills like doing video shit. And sometimes it does suck. Like sometimes it hurts because it's like, damn, I get to rub elbows with these people that have names and they're fucking,
Yeah.
you know, they're whoever the fuck they are.
Yeah.
And I'm just here. I'm just vibing. But it's like sometimes that's cool too. And you gotta recognize that because if you don't, it fucking eats up at you. And if you're anything like me, like because artists are fucking narcissistic and they're fucking, everything's about them. And it's true. And it's supposed to be that way because you gotta be about you if you want to win doing shit like that.
Right.
But yeah, like sometimes it's just that's nice. Like sometimes it's nice to just exist. Like you don't have to fucking let that shit get to you because it will and it does, especially if you're me.
Yeah, I
But,
mean,
like, fuck
like
it.
shit. I feel like the mad scientist
hell,
in the
even
lab
for
at this
you, you're in
point.
the-
Yeah, absolutely,
You're in the
absolutely,
same. Yeah, you're in the same fucking boat I am. We came from the same fucking place, and it's
absolutely.
like, fuck it, We got shit to work on. We got tinkering to do.
That's what I mean, man. Like shit. Like
And
you
as long as
know,
we keep doing that, like shit doesn't fucking matter.
no, and it's all really important. And it's all really important too. Like
Yeah, no, like there's not a moment's wasted,
no,
on the journey to do this as long as you want to keep doing it.
no, not at all. No, no way, no way, nope. Bro, I have so many skills and things and like just everything like that I've gained up until this point. Like just 4 years deep into the underground, bro. Like now I can actually say that I've seen a lot of spectrums up and down, you know? So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's good too, even as like an artist, because it's like here's the thing,
yeah.
like even if I don't get back in, because sometimes like I feel shitty because it's like damn, well I want to meet cool underground rappers with like face tattoos and they fucking move weight as their day job. Like fucking I want more of that. Like I have friends with those people and I fucking think it's so fucking cool. And part of me is like, but damn, well, am I gonna just become like sucked into like normie culture now, and that's gonna be? But it's like, even if that's fucking true, it's like shit happens, but that's okay because it's not gonna fucking, it's not gonna prevent you from ever doing like cool shit later. At least in my case, that's how I think of it.
Absolutely. No, and you can't think
Yeah,
of it like that because that's how you end up in the shithole. You know what I mean? You end up in the real
exactly.
fucking shithole and you're just like, oh, damn, life is like this. No, the fuck it's not. No, you make it like this. You make it the way it the fuck it is, bro. So what? You gotta hunker down and work a normal job for a couple years. Does that mean you never fucking were an underground fucking warlord? No. That just means you're
Yeah, the
fucking
thing
doing some
is,
different shit. Who
yeah,
cares?
exactly. Yeah, and
I'm
that's
still
the
an
fucking
underground
thing. Is
warlord,
like,
motherfucker. You know?
yeah. See, I'm all about like defaults.
Yeah.
It's like at the end of the day, my default is I like this rap shit. I like fucking
Mm-hmm.
movies. I like the video shit, and
Yup.
that hasn't changed since I was like 12. The
Facts.
politics around it and the circumstances that have affected how I achieve what I have done, if you want to call them achievements, like that's just fucking,
A piece of the
it's just
fucking
fluff,
cake,
bro.
man. Yeah,
That's just
fuck
details.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I agree. I agree, brother. I agree. Well
Yeah,
fucking said.
so like whether I'm in UVC or whether I'm in this production company with my friends, if I'm in an office, if I'm in fucking Paramount fucking Studios doing like stop motion animation for Wallace and Gromit making 400K a year, bro. If some dude walked into my office and shot everyone around me, shot my wife, shot the dog, shot everybody, and just left me alive, I'm like, okay, well, first I gotta find food, then I gotta, I don't know, figure out a way to entertain myself, and then I guess I'm gonna find a way to start writing and drawing again.
Yeah, legit. Like I might as well figure out a
Like
way to fucking like.
because that's the default. Like, what do you default to? If you're not defaulting to that shit, you don't want
Yeah.
the shit.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want this shit. I agree. You don't want this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like if you got factory reset right now, are you still gonna have those features that make you an artist? Like, think
Factory
about it.
reset, yeah.
Yeah, if you factory reset me, my homepage is still gonna be that camera shit probably.
Yeah, facts.
That or maybe I don't know, I'll be a barber. Shit, I'll be a barber for a couple years just to fucking do video shit later.
I mean,
I wouldn't
shit,
hate that. That'd be tight.
it's not bad money. Not
Shit,
bad
nothing's
money.
really bad money as long as it keeps you doing your shit that you want to do. Nah, because yeah, bro, think of it this way. Fucking, I went from retail to fucking housekeeping to photography, which sucked, right back to fucking video editing where I started. And granted, that shit happened very quick in a very small succession of time, but like that's kind of cool that it happened that way.
Right.
In a fucking
6 months time, I went from being on my knees scrubbing baseboards with a fucking magic eraser to I just sit in an office and color grade shit,
Fire.
and
Fire.
I can just check fucking Twitter all day. Still gets paid. I don't really get to listen to like music and shit and podcasts anymore as much as I like to, which was like kind of important in like the early beginning because that free time allowed me to, listen to music for reviews or listen to podcasts to kind of understand the structure of like the things like I listen to a lot of podcasts that I like that I know aren't like successful and like I know I could like are made with limited budgets and shit like that. But it's like, okay, what can I learn from this type of shit? Because obviously I'm fucking listening to it and other people are listening to it, and it's shit I could recreate at home. So it's like, what the fuck are they doing that I can do exactly the same as?
Right.
But like with my spin. So it's like, yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm just like a sponge.
That's
Hey,
the way you
Monty,
gotta
stop
be,
fucking
though.
with my shirt, please.
That's the way you gotta be. You have to be like that.
Dude, I've actually learned this from my manager at my new job. Like, it's good to be a sponge, but you got to be a sponge that knows like when you're absorbing too much, and you got to start charging.
Yeah.
Charging money.
Yeah. I'd have to agree. I'd have to agree.
Yeah, and especially for like context, because everyone in my job like keeps saying like, "Oh, you know how to write?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know how to write." Like, what have you written for? And it's like, okay, insert new VC,
Uh-huh.
fucking other shit. I've like won an award, so everyone keeps asking me like to write, and they keep joking like, "Oh, they're gonna take you from video editing to copywriting." And every time one of the other managers is like, "Oh, you know how to write?" I'm like, "Yeah, like I tell them I know how to write. I'm like a sponge. Like, I'll just do whatever." My manager tells me like, yeah, well, don't make sure you're not doing too much because you can get paid for doing something entirely different and you can get paid more. I'm like, well, when you put it that way, yeah, maybe I'm not so much of a sponge. Maybe I'm a sponge to a certain point.
Yeah. No, I mean, shit.
I'm a sponge that's hungry for money. You feel me?
Yeah, you really gotta be like that too. I
I'm a
can't.
sponge till it's cheap.
Yeah. I'm not trying to run the cash register and the fries at the same time. You feel me? Yeah.
For real, that's
Yeah.
fucking funny.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to do that?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely
Fucking
not.
that'd be horrible.
That would suck
I
dick.
fucking I felt like I was so earlier when fucking earlier I had to text Katie my Chipotle order and the puppy was chewing on my chair and like and I was trying to hold him from like chewing cords while I'm texting in the other hand while also simultaneously listening to you in wired headphones.
Oh yeah, that
And
must
I'm
have
just
been
like,
fucking. Oh my god.
and I'm in a rolling chair as he's just pulling me and I'm trying not to disconnect either. I'm trying to do so many things at once, bro. Fuck that, bro.
Yup. My god,
Yeah,
brother.
multitasking is hard.
So we've almost been recording for almost 2 hours. We've been live for almost 2 hours. Any other subjects you want to touch on before we decide to segue this into our wrap up?
Oh fuck, man. Yeah. Let me just get like quick talking points off my chest.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. It really fucking sucks what happened with UVC, but they
Fuck
brought
'em.
me here, so
They
whatever.
brought me here. Yeah, same.
Hyperpop isn't great. I really don't fuck with it. I really don't know if it's gonna last. But it's Spotify blows up, so like whatever. I've been listening to a lot of fucking heavy metal and punk music and trying to get into that. So that's cool.
I'd have
That's
to
just where
hard
I'm at in
agree with
life.
you. I'd have to hard agree with you, and anybody that probably listens to this show would have to hard agree with you. So yeah.
I've also been getting into drill. Fucking Dirk, King Von, the baby.
Okay, yeah, that's
Not Dub Baby, Lil Baby.
That's fire. That's fire. See, like, yeah, no, that's great.
So I'm it's kind of sucks to say that like I'm starting to listen to a lot more shit that's like on charts and on the radio, but you know what? It sounds fucking better than
It
all the
does.
fucking niche
It
internet
does.
shit does.
It does.
Before you used to hop on Twitter and you could find a dude that sounds like fucking Project Pat mixed with fucking the Goosebumps theme song, and that
Yep.
you know what? As corny as that may sound, bro, like
It's
that
fire.
sounded tight.
Fire.
I don't want to fucking listen to this shit that I could find on TikTok now. Like that
And
shit
it's
sucks.
all poorly mixed and shit, and I'm just like, dude.
I might give Yeet a try because I hear motherfuckers keep saying his name.
Bro.
I don't want to fall off, but like, bro, like I don't fucking care at the end of the day. Like I might never listen to this Yeet album in my phone.
That fucking interaction on the timeline was absolutely comedy. You and Sunset. Holy shit, that was funny.
Let's see what else here. I don't know. Fucking I'm so happy you're doing this fucking podcast shit and the Twitch shit, and I'm glad you're doing Music Mondays. I don't know how like my fucking feelings about digital blogging and fucking music journalism has soured so much because of UBC. But
yeah.
I'm just glad there's fucking you got all your eggs in different baskets because yeah, I'm fucking on that podcast tip now too, thinking like there's
Fuck
nothing
yeah.
more authentic. There's nothing more authentic than someone hosting their own shit, and you know whoever comes with it will come with it.
Yep.
Let's see what the fuck else. UBC metal music is cool. No, I think that's it.
And like realistically, bro, like it's just, you know, it has soured, but like at the end of the day, like it soured for me too. Like all these lames, bro, like ruined so much shit, but at the end of the day, like we don't want it back to the way it was. We want a whole new refined version. Like the people I've reviewed on Music Mondays aren't just music. Like it's artists, it's gaming, it's digital art.
Oh yeah,
It's
no, yeah,
literally
100%.
like
Like
we're expanding
once I
horizons that we always wanted to expand to, and we're just meant to expand, you know?
exactly. There's always gonna be some motherfucker that spits very crazy, and they probably want to fucking talk to someone on a podcast. Like fucking, that's why I'm here. That's why I hopefully will get guests for my podcast soon enough.
For sure.
And like,
I'll be there for some filler. For sure.
yes, the fuck you will be.
For sure I'll be there
Uh,
for some filler.
You're gonna need a camera.
Yep. I got one. We're
I'm gonna
good.
need you to hop on that.
We're good.
Let's fucking go. Fuck. I feel like there was more shit I would have liked to say, but I'm forgetting. Yeah, just the podcast and all that other bullshit.
Yeah, I mean
I don't know, I'll be
honestly,
around.
I would like to have you on relatively soon again. Just because a lot of these solo shows are not beginning to
Yeah, dude,
drag, but like it's just, you know, 30 episodes is a lot, so
Yeah, no, that's fucking crazy. Like I said, I'm like fucking. I sometimes feel discouraged to record not like an indefinite like 10 minutes like on my camera. The fact that you're going like hours on solo, I guess
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of easier on Twitch because it's like a simulated audience.
yeah.
Whereas if I'm just like if I just turn my camera on and I'm just looking at my thing, like I have no illusion that I'm just talking to myself.
Yeah, see, no, I
And
agree.
that's why I
Yeah.
fuck with Twitch too. That's why I fuck with Twitch because I could turn Twitch on and I can game and fucking I don't have to focus so much about talking. But yeah, no, like those solo podcast episodes where it's just gonna have to be me and the camera and the mic. Oh boy, yeah. The fact that you do 30 of that shit, fuck yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
it was kind of crazy to like come onto OBS and like understand like fucking I like look back on it and I was like, how did I fucking do that? I was like, oh my god, like I was on this bitch every night. Every night. But push came to shove and we made it here, man. So now we have a one for the books. That's for damn sure. It's been a wonderful ass fucking show. Like, holy
It's fucking
fuck.
yo. How does
Um,
this work for your replays? Do you have like descriptions and shit? Do I have to plug my shit manually, or can you just drop my at in the description?
actually,
'Cause
so
that's cool.
just to make the show a little bit cooler for the audience,
Yes. Are we gonna do actual plugs?
we'll do actual plugs, but this
Oh,
episode
okay, I thought that's what you were getting
will be on YouTube and everywhere else this Saturday per usual.
Oh fuck yeah, that's right. You did say that.
Submissions from this week will be included with next week, so I'll be taking submissions tomorrow per usual. Eddie, it was a great show, man. I wouldn't want it any other way. We just burnt through 2 hours like it was nothing, and we have still plenty more to talk about, man. Like we
So much
have
more. Thank
a
you for
lot to talk
bearing
about.
with me while I flaked for like 2 weeks in a row.
Oh
Because
no,
sometimes
absolutely.
sometimes you just gotta hit target, and then time runs away from you.
That's what I mean, and then you just get a show like this as to where like poof, we just smoked away fucking 2 hours real quick. But yeah, man,
Tell me about it.
give yourself some fucking plugs and shit. Where can the people find you? What's your Twitter? What's the Dope Chapel's Twitter? Where you at?
So Twitter is Archbishop Eddy, and then the Dope Chapel is at the Dope Chapel. I got all my fucking ads early, so no one else has copies of me,
Excellent.
which is pretty fucking huge.
Love
Pretty
that.
major.
No, I love that.
Not to fucking flex, but you know, there's
No.
no fucking numbers at the end of my ads or underscores.
Absolutely, absolutely. See, I fuck with that,
Except
man.
on low-key, except on Twitch, I had to change the spelling, but like I'm not here to plug Twitch. I just want you to fucking go on Apple Podcasts and listen to old episodes. And I don't know, follow me on Twitter because I don't know. There's not really a reason to follow me on Twitter anymore, but I'd be there just having fun.
Fucking facts, man.
saying gay
This
shit.
man, yeah, this man has crazy takes on Twitter. Go follow him on Twitter. Make sure you follow the Dope Chapel on Twitter. make sure you follow Archbishop Eddy on all social media platforms and see what he's up to. And of course, last but not least, make sure you follow All Music Mondays on all social media platforms as well. Make sure you follow me,
Please
Zomb
do
Slays, at Zomb_Slays.
Watch him stream. Maybe he'll
Archbishop
get
Eddy.
back on Friday the 13th.
Oh, yo, I was thinking
Maybe he'll
about
get-
streaming that yesterday for the charity stream.
Maybe-
I was
maybe
thinking about
he'll-
that.
Maybe he'll get back on Outlast.
Yo,
Confirmed for the 1 and
I
2.
was actually
Maybe he will
speedrunning
Follow
Slenderman
him.
last night. I think that's what I do tonight.
follow him for those updates.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
watch The Sopranos.
And watch The Sopranos. Oh my god, yeah, bro, we have to do another show soon. We have way too much shit to talk about, bro. I've already been down that road, so we gotta talk about The Sopranos for sure.
Oh,
For sure, we gotta talk about that. Look, if you want to come on next week, I'm down, or the next week, I'm down. But regardless, I'll see you guys next week. Next Monday is the 20th, so I will see you guys September 20th. Make sure you go follow Eddie. Make sure you go follow Music Mondays, and I'll see you next time. Be safe, chat. Thank you for tuning in.